Hey, sir, what do you think of the thumbnail? Anyway, I, my name's Joe. Welcome back to Room for TCG. Drink of the day is, believe it or not, it's the same Red Bull from the past two videos. Literally the same can. I've recorded 3 in a row. I'm going kind of delirious. You'll see that in the Doffy game. I'm losing track of what's going on. But either way, today I've been playing with my big black croc. Crocodile was very odd when he was first revealed, because he's a 5-life, 5k leader with the Baroque Works and Warlord types. But he says all the opponent's characters cannot be removed from the field by effects, which is like, that's Black's thing, right? Black removes, and this guy's like, no, you literally cannot remove. So all your usual tech cards, things like Stussy, things like Marcus Mars even, you can't use them. Get out of here, Stussy. So you are very locked to this new Baroque Works archetype that is all built around stunning. And that's where his second effect comes in. Activate main mod per turn, you can KO one of your Baroque Works type characters, including, you know what I mean. Give one of your opponent's dudes -10 for the turn, -10 cost, and then you can mill 2 from your deck. This is optional. Once you've done enough, just stop. Because you've got a chance of milling things that you need. And more than like the Fool's Fallacy, you can deck out with this deck. You can deck out if you're too frivolous with the mill. So once you get to a point where you've got everything you need to see in your trash, just stop. Just stop milling. Otherwise, you may well end up milling yourself, which is quite funny. So this deck is built all around Baroque Works. And really, it is all about this 8-cost Croc. And everything else is sort of making sure that you get to him safely. So the 8-cost Croc, we will start with him, as he is really just the focal point of the deck. 8-10 on play, one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 9 or less cannot attack until the end of their next turn. Then, if your opponent has a character with a cost of 0 or 8 or more, you get a draw. So if your opponent's got a big guy already, this guy replaces himself in hand and freezes a 9, which is a wild effect. But wait for this second one. On KO, you can trash 1 card from your hand, play this character from your trash. So firstly, if your opponent just swings into this, well, it doesn't do anything, because you go, okay, he's gone. Now he's back. Here's Johnny. And also, the on-play is not your turn. So if they do decide to KO him, you get to freeze a guy, which basically means he is immune from battle, which is just brilliant. And of course, you can combine this with your leader effect. On 8, you can play this guy, stun 1 thing, leader effect, KO him, resummon him, stun 2 things. And that second play will always draw you a card, because after you use your leader effect to reduce one of their guys to 0, the draw part of your on play will be on no matter what, which is brilliant. And your end game, as you will see in the Doflamingo game especially, is just playing this guy. So the rest of the deck is all built around getting you safely and healthily up to this Croc. So what are we doing in the early turns? Well, to start, you have 2 searchers. We have the Miss Valentine, who searches top 4 Baroque Works cards, except for herself, and then you add it to your hand and mill the rest. This fills your trash incredibly fast for the effects that you have in your deck that need your trash to be filled incredibly fast. And is just top 4 is a good dig when you're trashing the rest. That is very, very solid. And we also have the Disappointed. And no, I'm not disappointed in this card. It's actually quite good. This is a classic search event. Top 3 search for Baroque Works, trash the rest. Classic Black. Can't go wrong. Trigger activates main. Won't happen a lot, but when it does, cool, you get a little freebie. And this early game is very important to dig you towards sort of your mid-game plays. On 4, you've got 2 options if you are on even. You've got Mr. 2, and you've got Mr. 4 Babe. Mr. 4's easier to explain. He's a 4/5/1k blocker, and then when he goes down, you can grab a character with a cost of 8 or less, and the type Baroque Works from your trash to your hand. More often than not, this will be grabbing your Crocodile, because you need to see as many of these as possible. So if you mill one with a random leader effect, or if you trash one with a Miss Valentine, great, Babe can grab it back. What a champ. However, do note you can also grab other things. You can grab 2Ks, you can just grab like a 2K if you need a 2K. He's a really versatile card. Very, very good. The other play you have on 4 is this Mr. 2 Bon Clay. 4/5/1k on KO, play 1 character with a type including Baroque Works, and a cost of 5 or less other than himself from your trash. And we have a whole bunch of targets. You can, of course, summon Babe if you really want to. And naturally, you can kill this with your leader effect to summon something else. This is one of the best things you can be doing on 4 or even 5, because a lot of your 5 costs rely on there being a 0 cost on the board. For example, Mr. 1. If there is a character with a cost of 0 or a character with a cost of 8 or more, he can attack characters immediately. And then on play, your rest is 0. So you can play the Mr. 2, KO him with your leader effect, reduce something to 0, play on Mr. 1, rest that 0 cost, and then attack it straight away. Into aggro decks, things like a Jinbei deck, it's pretty helpful. But even into sort of slower decks, you can just deny them a bit of value in the early game. Into Doffy, you can rest like their 4 cost, like the Sugar, which is pretty cool. The other 5 cost that cares about cost is Mr. 5. Makes sense that he costs 5, I guess. He's a 5/6 blocker, 1k counter. On play, if there's a 0 or an 8 or more, you draw 2 trash 1. It's like a queen, but you have to don -1. And you can, of course, summon him off of the bottom clay to get there to be a 0 cost in play. He's really nice for fixing your hand early, or as one of your best 5 costs for Miss All Sunday, who is a 7/8 brick with the Broke Works type. On play, you go to summon a 4 and a 1. This is like mini Moria. It's no Moria, don't be mistaken, but it's like she's like the queen of Value Town. Off of this, you can summon a Searcher, which, assuming you don't whiff, will replace the Miss All Sunday that you played, and you can also get another card. Because it's at 4, you're almost always summoning Mr. 2, and then you can KO Mr. 2, and then summon whichever 5 you like. You can play Mr. 5 Gem, and then you do go positive on your Miss All Sunday, which is kind of wild. You can summon Mr. 1 to get a bit of aggression into your opponent's board. You can even just go Mr. 2 into Babe, if you really want to. And there is one last 5 cost that we have, which is Mrs. Doublefinger, Zala. And this is a bit of a tech card. It's 5/6 1k, and if you have 7 or more in trash, she gains 1000 power, and then all of your Baroque works get +2 cost. This helps you dodge some really key thresholds. For example, 9 cost Mihawk stops a 9 from attacking. You have one of these guys or ladies on the board, your 8 cost Croc goes to 10 cost. That's really, really big. Into Purple Doflamingo, the big 10 cost. Well, if you were to play, say, Miss All Sunday into Mr. 5, they can go Purple Doffy, freeze your Sunday, freeze your 5. If you go into Doublefinger, the Doublefinger will still be frozen because she is a 7 cost. However, it pushes the Sunday to 9, which again just dodges some thresholds. Into Ace. If you play this, you don't get Jozu'd. Great, brilliant. Doesn't help so much into Emu because Mars is base cost, but you know, Emu's Emu. And our crocodiles are the most important thing into Emu by far. So I do really like this Doublefinger. And that's why I've kind of got all of these at 3. You have a lot of trash effects. Between this, your leader effect, and the Disappointed, you're milling a ton of cards. So you should see whichever one you need by the time that you need it. If you were to go up more of one, I'd probably go to an extra Babe, because getting that forward on play on 4 can be very important, even if it is just this guy who is not incredible. But yeah, it's just nice to have something. Rest of the deck, we have 4 of the Ground Death. This is the new black 1 cost event. The main effect is you can pay 3 and then negate a cost 5 or less. Don't forget that with your leader effect, you can just pop like a little weenie, and then this can negate a 10, which is pretty good if you need to negate the blocker of a Whitebeard, for example. But at base, this can just negate Marco. You can negate War Curie. Maybe there's, I don't know, maybe there's something else that you really need to negate this turn. Usually it's a blocker. It's usually a blocker, but sometimes it's not. In Mirror, you could negate this Crocodile, maybe, and then attack him, because you don't have an on-KO anymore, which is kind of funky. But really, the counter effect is one of the best parts of this card. If you have 10 or more in your trash, which you just do, it's a 4k counter for leader or a character. This is a 4 of these 4k counter events that you can use early. They're just so versatile. We've seen it in Emu, right? And this deck's no different. This is an instant 4 of, it's Baroque Works, it's searchable off all your shit. Brilliant card, and this is probably going to be a tech card in other black decks going forwards. Final Baroque Works type cards are for the Miss Merry Christmas, mostly just a 2k. If your opponent's playing a stage, maybe like a Mihawk deck, this is quite funny because you can just boop their stage out of here. And in the very early game, if you don't have a searcher on 1, you can just play this Merry Christmas, kill her immediately, and draw a card. Just to get an extra bit further through your deck. Also got 3 of them this Wednesday. It's another 2k. Honestly, I haven't used this much, but I think it's better than the final Baroque Works 2k. Not Baroques. Baroque. Yeah, the final one is this Miss Golden Week. I don't like her. Draw 2 trash 2 is very mid. You can play this early doors, but you go negative. I'd rather just gamble on the Miss Merry Christmas and have this as an alternate option to summon off your Sunday if you really need to deal with something. But if you don't like this card, go with the Miss Golden Week, it's fine. For the Sabo, because we have a big trash, it makes sense. This is probably the best 2k that is not searchable in the deck. It's a cheap 3/6 blocker at the end of the game, dodges Mars, dodges Usahachi, dodges a bunch of things. He's pretty cool. And also I've got 3 of the haute couture patchwork. This helps when you need to rest multiple 10 costs. Because at base, you can't do it. You cannot rest multiple 10 costs. But with this haute couture, it really does help quite a lot. Also into aggro decks, this can be pretty cool. But this is a flex spot. And there are a couple of other cards I like to discuss very briefly. The 1-cost VV, I think, is an interesting option. Again, you mill very fast. It's a cheap blocker. Could be pretty cool. The edge events, Garp edging is... That's cursed. Garp edging with big black croc. Oh my days. Anyway, the Garp event, it's another card you can play. It's an okay counter event. Again, we mill very fast. You can grab back searches or 2Ks. I've seen some people playing this. I'm not on it personally, but it's an option. What was the last one I wanted to talk about? Some people like Shirahoshi. This can stop you just milling out. But generally my board by the end of the game is just kind of full of stuff. I don't really want to play this lady, so I'm not big on the Shirahoshi. And probably the final card that I think people are often playing is Rebecca. Again, it's fine. I'm not big on it because it can't grab Croc. It can grab Sunday, sure, but like so can Babe. I'd definitely run 4 Babes before running any copies of Rebecca. But, yeah, you can play Rebecca if you want extra blockers. I think that's about it. I think that's about all I want to talk about. Croc's a lot of fun. Really like this deck. I think he's decent. I haven't had a chance to test him into the OP13 meta yet. Probably have a video on that soon. Need to find someone to test him with. Maybe we'll pull Ben back. But if you have anyone else who you think might want to jump on a video with me, let me know. I'd love to do videos with more different YouTubers. Sounds quite fun. I was having a lot of fun with Nightingale TCG and those collabs. That was pretty cool. So if you have anyone, or if you are a YouTuber and you want to shoot a video playing some OP14, let me know. Drop me a DM on X. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you for listening to me talk about the deck. Here's some games. Got a game into Doffy. He's taken 2nd and mulliganed. That hand is terrible. That hand is better. That hand is better indeed. Let's go with our searcher. This seems good in the matchup. We can just summon it off the Mr. 2. But Mr. 2 into D's Nuts is also pretty solid. We can just play D's Nuts on 5. Do you want to take the Ground Death? I might want to take the Ground Death. I think next time we're just going to kill Merry Christmas. Can do 5/5 though. Depends on what he does really here. It's just I'm happy with this in the trash. Let's just take the Ground Death and then pass. Apologies to my opponent. I'm not totally used to working out what I need to summon when. You know what I mean? Sugar, sure, we're going to go with that. Probably will just go with the... Yeah, I will go with the Merry Christmas then. That's fine. Grabs a Dellinger. Good stuff. I really don't want him to save this, so we're just going to go 3 into it. There's no way you're using the leader effect on 2. That would be ridiculous. Let's do that there. Yeah, sure. And then we'll go Miss Merry Christmas, deploy you, kill you, choose nothing, mill 2. We've got a Babe, choose 0 stages. Go away. Didn't mill anything of note really there. Another Zarlar, and another Merry Christmas, sure. Then we'll just go 6 lead. Next turn, we've got options. We can do Babe, we can do Daz Bones, we can do Bon Clay. Depends on what he does really here, I think. Also, if he leaves this Valentine, that gives us slightly more versatility. Does take the early 6. Doffy doesn't tend to play a lot of 2Ks, is one thing to note. We'll see what he goes for here on 4. Does go with the Sugar, sure. And the Dellinger. Okie dokie. Does he take out the Miss Valentine? He does not. So we can go Mr. 2 into Miss Wednesday. Miss Wednesday... Sorry, Mr. 2 into Mr. 1. Mr. 1 can rest down the Sugar. We can attack into that with the Valentine. Because this will be a 0 cost because we kill Mr. 2. I think we're fine to... Do I want to save this guy, though? Do we just trash the Mr. 4? Or do we take this one? I think I'm fine to take this one because we are still looking for things. That's a nice option to have. That is a nice option to have. Let's go with the Mr. 2. It's unfortunate that the... Oh, shit, I fucked up. The Mr. 1... We should have countered with the Mr. 1. That was a freebie. That was literally a freebie. What a moron. We'll KO this, minus this down, mill 2. Bailed out, I guess. But yeah, that was a really big mistake there, actually. Play out this, rest this. 2 to 1. We deny this on KO from later, which is nice, because he can't activate it just yet. But we will get rid of this, which is great. Then we'll just go... this can only attack characters, I guess. It's fine. This is now not vulnerable. Yeah, I guess I could have attacked that there, but it kind of makes no difference. You know? We're just going to play another Miss Valentine anyway. Does redirect into Dellinger, that's fine. I thought you might, but, you know. Yeah, in this way our Mr. 1 isn't tapped, so that works. He's going to 7, and 7 is a little bit awkward for Doffy. Doesn't have a great play on 7. 8 is where his game starts getting crazy. And we do need to see our Missile Sunday for next turn, and Crocs. There's quite a few things we're missing, actually. It'd also be kind of nice to have Babe in the trash. As well as one of these searches, but we can kill these searches pretty easily. Yeah, we'll go 1 on for this. He grabbed a sugar. That's not really what he's looking for, I'm guessing. We'll take our Missile Sunday, and then we'll pass. Yeah. Yeah, and Missile Sunday's good. It's the perfect play for 7. Yeah. And we'll see what he's got on his 7. He may be a slightly large swing with Leader, which I'm very much regretting not counting that 5 last turn, but is what it is. We make mistakes. Early days with these decks, for sure. I think his best play is either, like, Rosie or the... What's the other one? But hey, that's the one. That's the biscuit. Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. We definitely don't want to just attack her. We want him to have to redirect. I know, because he's at 8, it doesn't matter, right? Yeah, because if he goes down to 7, ramps back to 9, yeah, he'll draw to 10 anyway. He can do his tendon stuff regardless. This Miss Double Finger's good, though. I will probably look to summon this off the Missile Sunday this turn. Yeah, and we have another Searcher in the trash, which is great. 5 to 5, absolutely not. What am I... I think we just trust the Daz Bones here. I think I'm always going Double Finger, just so that we dodge the freeze with a lot of our stuff here. At least he can't freeze the Sunday. Yeah, so I'm going to trash the Daz Bones. That's fine. And then we'll go with the Sunday next turn. Dellinger again. Okay, sure. And we draw a Croc, which is perfect. 2 Don open for some kind of counter event. Okay. Let's go 5. If it's the counter event that buffs him to 7, fine. Then I'm Mr. 1's standing up. It's all good. Just goes with the Dellinger redirect. It's chill. We've given him very little information so far. But we know exactly what we're doing. We'll see what he grabs off this. He does grab a... This is the Bargwa one. That's fine. What's the other thing he took? He took a sugar. Yeah, he's got a sugar in hand. That's a pretty useless card. We'll just go 6. See if he's got a 2k he wants to give us, or if he wants to go down to 3. This is going to be a big game. It's going to be a very, very long game, so... Yeah, it's fine. We've got a pretty solid hand here. Does actually counter out. I didn't really need to do that, but I guess that says he doesn't have a 2k, or he doesn't foresee a time when he's going to be able to use this coming up. Regardless, here's Sunday. You and you. Replacing you. This one first. Definitely just going to take more Crocs, and then we will kill Mr. 2. Reduce this, I suppose. Do we want to mill still? Not really anymore. Not sure I do anymore. Let's go no. And then we'll grab the Double Finger. Just to raise our costs. And then we'll pass it over. That's a solid play. And we can freeze 2 things next turn very, very easily. Which is perfect with our first Crocodile. We'll replace all these silly Valentines. And if he does go with the 10 cost, he can freeze the Daz Bones, he can freeze the Double Finger. But he cannot freeze the Miss Sunday. So he doesn't get full value, which is nice. And this will just be 5-6, which I will probably counter both. Maybe take the 6. Maybe. Could also be an 8 Doffy, though. You just never know with this purple Doffy. It is just the 10 cost, that's fine. You can, yeah, you can't freeze the double finger, the missile Sunday though, because of the double fingers effect. It's just so good, man. It's so good. Yeah, he's working that out now. It's a 9 cost. Yep, this double finger miss to this, and misses this. My finest babe, sir. Well, we're defending that for sure. My finest babe, sir. We don't really need these. We can freeze both of these anyway. Do I want to leave one up for ground death? Maybe. Just don't really need to. Don't really need to. Can probably go 6 here. It's just a little bit more awkward for him. Yeah, I don't think we need the ground death this turn. I think we're good with just playing out the croc. We're going to get like 2 draws. It's crazy. I will also attack with this no matter what, because he has to don -1 if he wants to block this with this big guy, and that's fine with me. He can go into the Monet, but the Monet is a one-time thing. Once she's gone, and it's attack that we don't have to deal with. Like, we don't have to focus on freezing this Monet after that. If he does redirect into the Monet and take the on-KO, which is fine. I expect we'll get a 2k here. He does have a treble. I will attack with this. I don't care. If you want to redirect, that's fine. It costs you a don. You're going down to 6, or you're going up to 8 and the Monet's gone. Either is fine. We don't even need to kill this, do we? We can actually kill the Miss Valentine and then just play this. Trashes a Virgo. Yeah, the Virgo's pretty useless into us. So yeah, we can just trash Valentine and then just play this. We get an extra cycle, though, if we just kill this, right? Yeah, we may as well just kill this. You can't choose anything. But we do... another ground death. Maybe too many ground deaths, honestly. We'll KO this guy. Do this. No mills. I might toss a ground death. Ah, we can toss a babe. Fuck you. Now we do another crop. Your turn. Your turn, boss man. Now, we can't stun 2 of these without the haute couture patchwork. We can stun 2 of these. Incredible. So all he'll have to attack with is lead on whatever this summons, which is good. We're still at 4. He's also still at 4. But I would say our board is definitely better, especially as we're going to get to attack with loads of stuff now, which is just brilliant. Oh, Mr. 1, Missile Sunday, and Miss Doublefinger have survived. So we're going to have a lot of aggression. Trashes a beam sword with the Rosie. Seems good. Maybe we'll see a 7 lead here. I will take that. If it is 7. Just a 5, eh? Tempted to take it regardless, but I think we're gonna leave at least probably 2 don up next turn for a couple of ground deaths. Yeah, I think we can take this one, actually. Just get an extra card here. He's got a lot of events, clearly. We're low on cards in deck, which is a little concerning. Let's start with a 5. I'm guessing he's got a lot of events. If he has another beam sword, you know what, so be it. He can rest our croc. We will lose the 10k attack, but it is what it is. We're still going to have all of these other ones. I'm not just attacking with this first. I'm not attacking that out of order. Because Doffy often just bricks up. So I value getting the most counter out of him as possible, as opposed to playing around beam sword. Yep, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Yep, can rest this. It's fine. Indeed. All good. Does he have another one? I think I'm happy to go 7s. Go 7 with double finger. Yeah, let's go 7 with double finger first. There's only so many cards you can have, right? You're down to 5. Gonna get some lives at some point. We can freeze both of these. It's looking good. Bullet string. Goes to 7 for the turn. Okay. Down to 8. He hasn't redirected yet. If he redirects, he actually isn't at 10, which is kind of relevant. Let's go 7 to 7. Do we need the ground death? If we're freezing these two, we probably don't need the ground death. Redirects there. That's fine. Do we need the ground death? We've got... I've only got 1 2k. We might need a ground death. Let's just go 8. He clearly doesn't have a lot of counter in his hand. Yeah, it takes the 8. That's fine. We'll play out the... Or we'll kill the croc first, right? It really doesn't matter. We'll KO this. Minus down this. Don't mill. Trash this for sure. Freeze this. Double finger is fine. We do have to be careful about our deck running out. Deploy croc over the Valentine. Freeze this. Too many ground deaths here, but it's okay. We can probably start looking to go for lethal next... not next turn maybe, but soon. Soon. The fact these both can't attack is great. We're building up our board. And he used, what, 2 events that turn? Yeah, he used a bullet string. He gave us a slow beam sword. And he took a life. Sugar is fine. Shame this can't negate leader, huh? That'd be pretty crazy. I will use one of these no matter what his swing is. That's kind of annoying. I kind of want that card to go away. Viola. She just blocker. Can get a stupid event back though. It's pretty toxic. Yeah, there comes the Viola. Are we going to see this Rosie swing, I wonder? At least I don't have to swing into the sugar, huh? 6 here. Let's just use a ground death, because I'm not keeping all these dons open. So we'll just use that now. Yeah, it doesn't attack with the Rosie. This is a perfect trash target for our croc. He has 2 don open again. It can be beam sword. There's so many things it can be. It's so hard to play around everything in this deck. What's he gone through? He's gone through 1 pentachromatic, 1 bullet, 2 beam. He took the Viola off that. This can just grab something back. I think I'll go... I think I'll start with the 5. Yeah, we'll start with the 5. If he's got a beam sword, he's got another beam sword, man. I don't know. I hate doing the swings with this deck. Just a 1k. Maybe he doesn't have another beam sword. Let's go 7. Locks for that. What event does he take? Let's find out next time. Don -1. Grabbing. Beam sword! We have a winner. Well, I guess we go big first then. Yeah, I guess we go big first, huh? It's so awkward, though, because he can, like, redirect Beam Sword and buff this to 12 to get out of the swing and still rest something. There's no good swings into this guy. You just got to accept that, I think. Redirects here. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, right? He's going to redirect here. Beam Sword. Here it comes. Does this effect. That's fine. Beam Sword! At least in this way, he doesn't get the onco of the sugar, right? So it's something. But it's so silly. How do you play into this guy? You just kind of don't. I think 1 ground death is again enough. I want to get as much pressure on him as possible this turn, so we're going to go 7-8. No trigger. Pretty good. We'll go 8. Pretty good. And we will KO this one. -10 here. Definitely don't mill. We'll trash the Searcher event. Freeze this. Draw a Mr. 5. And then I'll play Crocodile over the top of for the fucking Dazbones. You can't attack. You can't. We can't. This is so cursed, bro. This is hilarious, though. This deck's fire. This deck is fire, man. This is definitely going to be the first game in the video. This guy's played pretty well. This guy's played pretty well, I think. I think we have 2, and he's down to 1. These can't attack. We have a ridiculous board. Come on, man. We can get there, I believe. So silly. So silly. Yeah, he developed nothing last turn is the thing, right? If he had like a third 10 cost here, or a third like big guy, an 8 or a 10, he'd be in a position where he can start applying a lot of pressure. But because all he did was play the sugar, and then we sort of played in a way that he wanted to redirect into the Doffy, he didn't get the redirect into the sugar. So he didn't get to summon a guy, which is great. I think we are slowly, very, very slowly getting there, but this has been a really, really fun game. Fun matchup. It's like the Marineford special, right? They sort of fought a little bit at Marineford. Crocodile with his like Crescent Cutlass or whatever he did, and Doffy was just like, oh, I'm going crazy, bro. Oh, it's too late, man. I need to go to bed. It's like 10 o'clock. And we're up at 7 in the morning. This guy is now working out what he wants to do. He's in a tough spot. I can't blame him. He's at 1 life with 6 in hand. His whole board can't attack. Sugar's too weak. Doffy's there. This Doffy's also frozen. It's so tough, man. These crocodiles are a bit of a menace. Can't lie. And if he does play out like a blocker this turn, we can... 12 to 7. That sounds like a concession. We'll go 1 Don, Ground Death. And then Mrs. Wednesday. So I'm guessing these are staying up or something? I'm not sure. Maybe 5, that'll do. But we can negate the Onker of that, actually. Which is quite relevant. We can also just go again. We can also just go again. How many cards have we got? We've got 10. If he's redirecting into this, I mean, it can still be a slow beam. $1K. Cool. Then we'll go 7. There's probably no reason for me to necessarily play like this. If he... Yeah, depending on what he does with, like, this next swing. Okay, he accepts that. If we negate this with the Ground Death, do we just win? I think we might just win anyway, honestly. So this is guaranteed, unless he has a counter event and another card. I think he's just cooked, honestly. Yeah, I don't think this matters. Yeah, redirects here, that's fine. We can just go swing, swing, swing. Yep, that goes down. 10. 10. He has redirected, so this is guaranteed. GG's. That was a game and a half. Well played to that play. He played very, very well. We left before I could give him the GG's in chat, unfortunately. That was a really long game. Quite interesting, actually. Both of us kind of not doing a lot in the early game. Defending up hard. But this deck feels really strong. The fact that each of you, these crocodiles, once they play like a big guy, or you get one on the board, you kill him, you trash one and you draw again. And then when you play your next one, you draw again. So you're drawing cards every time you play this guy, which is wild. And 8-10 is just a great stat line. And the fact that they can't even attack him as well. Obviously, this guy was never in a position to attack my croc. But into other decks that are, just on KO, you bring him back. He returns from the death. From the dead, anyway. Yeah, the Missile Sunday early feels really important, just for establishing that early board. And the double finger, so that this guy doesn't just Giga Punish you, does also feel important. Although it must be said that this guy hitting 7s kind of sucks because these are 8s. Regardless, well played to our opponent. He played super well. That was a really fun game. Gonna give him to Mihawk. He's taken 2nd, interestingly. I think Mihawk tends to prefer 1st. What's this hand looking like? We've got a Croc. We've got an okay play for 5. We've got our Missile Sunday. We've got a Searcher. I think we can keep this one. There's still quite a lot of things we're looking for, but... Ooh. Wow, we whiff? Bro, come on, man. Be serious. That is terrible, dude. I play like 5... Was it like 7 non-Baroque Works cards? Come on, man. That's crazy unfortunate. Oh, man, that's really set us up in a bad spot. 9 sword style. Sure, a dead man's game. The Mr. 2 is nice. The Mr. 2 is nice, at least. We'll go 5-5. There's nothing else to do here. Cool. Bing, bing. There you go. And I will just kill this now to get the mill 2. He's just going to swing the Piranha into it, otherwise. Just kill this. Sure. Mill 2. Ooh, double finger in there is brilliant. We need that. That double finger is very, very important. It's looking up a little bit, but whiffing that search really does stink. I'm not going to lie. Fordon here. Could play the Zoro promo. I think often you just see 2 swings. It's got the Odin. Fair enough. Odin's pretty strong. Yeah, that doesn't work. There's no cost 5 or greater card. Regardless, I'm not going to be attacking this Odin, so the misplay doesn't matter. I will counter out of this one, though. Yeah, well, it's just 5. Because we are a little low on counter. I'm hedging my bets. We do have the ideal one in there, which is the double finger. She cannot be frozen by Perona. So I'm just going to go 6 at leader. Then we'll play out the Mr. 2, summon the double finger. Very nice. Good stuff. Then next turn we've got the Sunday. Turn after that we've got 1 Crocodile, which is a nice place to be in. See if it's a 2k he wants to give us. Nope. Goes down to 3. Cool. Go with this. KO you. Reduce you. Mill 2, because we do still need quite a few different things in there. Double finger is ideal, and we'll pass it over. What do we mill? No Crocs. We milled a Mr. 5. That's a nice option to have. The Sunday is definitely just going to be summoning Mr. 2 and Valentine, I think. If we get a Croc off this, we'll obviously take it. Second one. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think Mr. 2 is good because we can go with the Mr. 5, get more draws. We can just have a really big value Missile Sunday, which is what she's all about. She's all about the value. We do play the Perona. Perona doesn't actually do anything because our Zala is a 7k. Sorry, a 7 cost, which is brilliant. And then we do rest the 1 cost Perona to restand 4. Could see 7-7 here, I guess. Just a 5. How much do I want to take 2 swings? If I'm swinging with this, I need to be able to defend it. Sure. Babe, for sure. Babe's the best of those. If he swings big, swing 7, we'll just take. It's fine. Yep, that's fine. I don't mind taking 2 swings because I want to be able to swing with this and then defend it. We've got a ton of 2Ks in hand now. This is shaping up quite well. Quite tempted to attack into this Perona, just to take it off the board because he doesn't have the stage yet. Although he's going to be wanting to rest his own things anyway, so we probably don't need to. Let's just go 5 lead. I should expect he'll counter this one. It would be kind of crazy if he doesn't. Yeah, cool. Let's go 7 lead. He'll probably take, but could use an event. He does have a Don open. Nope, not interested. Okie dokie. Let's go with Mrs. Sunday. We'll summon a Bonclay and a Searcher, and then the Bonclay is going to turn into something else. I don't really want any of these cards. We'll take him as Wednesday because it's a 2k. And then we'll use this. KO Mr. 2. Reduce this. Do I want to mill at this point? I don't think I do. Because we haven't got a Babe. I guess if we mill and we see a Croc there, we could take a Babe. I did not mill a Croc. I milled a Ground Death and a Mr. 2. That's unfortunate, actually. I want this. What can I click to get rid of it? That. Yeah, I want Mr. 5 here. Could get another double finger. I want the draw, I think. That's okay. Honestly, this hand's pretty good. This is just better. No, Baby's better because we want to be carrying Croc. So let's toss Mr. 2. And then we'll pass it over. This double finger is so clutch in this matchup, right? Because this Perona is an absolute bastard card. But when you have the double finger, It's much easier to deal with. Rests on Mr. 5 blocker. Fair enough. If he goes down, I'm not going to lose sleep over it, to be honest. 6 to 6, though, I will protect. What do I want to give him, though? I'll give him one of these. Six again. I'll protect this guy. I'm going to protect this guy. It's another swinger. I like him. I like him a lot. What's this Perona swinging? 7? 7 to 6, though. No, I'm saving that again. I'm saving that again. We're going to give you Miss Merry Christmas, I think. I think I prefer the Wednesday to the Merry Christmas. And I definitely prefer the Sabo to the Merry Christmas. I think all of these should have gone into lead, if I'm honest. At least this initial 5 should have. I do want to keep one up for Ground Death here, just to have the option. We're going to get a bit of a cycle. I might cycle out one of the Disappointeds with the Croc effect. To be fair. Let's go 5 lead, I think. I think I'm going to start with 5 lead. Yeah, we're going to stop the Shanks from attacking. We're going to stop the Perona from attacking. It's only going to be the Odin that can attack. I'm not that worried about having this guy as a blocker. So let's just go 5. Then we'll go 7. Oh, I should have gone 6 first. I forgot this isn't at 7k anymore. Well, he counted anyway. Let's just go 6 now. Slight missequence there. Here's what it is. Counters everything. Fair enough. We'll go with 8 for Croc. Deploy this. You can't attack. We'll KO this. Minus down Peroni. Do I want to mill? No, at this point. We'll trash and Searcher. You can't attack. We drew and Searcher. If he plays Mihawk, he's going to have 4 Don. He can go 7-7. Actually have... If he goes 7-7 at lead... If he goes 7-7 at lead, he might be fucked. I think it's going to be 6-7. I think we can afford to play this. Neither of those are very good. I'll take a 2k. And pass. I think we're in a good position here, though. I do like this. The fact that his Mihawk actually can't freeze the Croc is great as well. Lauren Beppo can freeze the Croc, I guess. I guess that one works. He's out 7, which is a bit tricky. This can't be rested, though. He can't rest this, so we do get the... We don't have to deal with the -1, which is great. Oh, no, he can rest this with the leader effect. Of course he can. What am I talking about? Rests our Valentine. Sure. Yeah, sure. Obviously. Might be able to remove our Mr. 5 as well here. Actually, which is a little bit annoying. Wasn't playing around the Lauren Beppo, to be fair. 6-6. He's still going into this Mr. 5. It's going to be 8, right? It's got to be 8. And I think we let it go down to 8. The fact this can't attack is unfortunate. Let's save it from this and then let it go down to the next swing. Because you know he's going to swing 8 into this. Yeah, it's fine. You can have it for 8. Plays the boat. Okay, found it. Yeah, that gives him the Dom back. Mr. 4's not bad. We can just cycle this out literally for free. I don't have anything else. I don't have anything in my hand I want to cycle out, though. He's at 7. This is rested, so we do have to deal with the -1. What's the best route here? It's Lauren Beppo's annoying. It's Lauren Beppo's very annoying. We can freeze both of these, though. If we find one more Croc. We're probably playing this, right? If we're not playing this, we're going like blocker. Start with 7. Because this is pretty free. Let's give us a 1k there. Okay. Let's go with the Searcher. We do get a second Croc. That is what we needed. I'll probably have to leave one Don open for the Ground Death, though, so I don't think this gets to swing. So we want to kill this first, right? I mean, it doesn't actually matter because he has a 1 bigger than 10. We can just play this first and then kill this second, and then we have slightly more knowledge. So yeah, we'll deploy this, freeze the shanks, KO this, reduce this, on play this will freeze this. Yeah, we'll deploy this, freeze the shanks, draw 1. It's a 2k, okay. We'll KO the tapped croc. Reduce this to 0. No point milling. We're actually about to lose the game. Play this. You can't attack. We get another 2k. We've got a lot of 2ks actually. Maybe we can go 7. I think we can. Let's kill Perona. These can't attack. He's got 1, 2, 3. He can't win the game. He can't win the game. He can't attack these. He probably can't even take out the Sunday. Let's just swing 7. Make it, like, even easier for us to guarantee get lethal next turn. Because we don't have we're actually just going to deck out soon. Which is quite amusing. All our crocodiles were right at the bottom, right? Yeah, there's no more in trash. That's kind of crazy. You got the Perona. That's not a good sign, my friend. I don't know what you were looking for, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that. He can rest the shanks again, but, you know... This Missile Sunday, this Miss Double Finger has been putting in work. Just takes all your stuff outside the range of the Mihawks. I know he hasn't played one, but maybe that's why. I mean, maybe the reason he didn't see one, but... Regardless, that was a nice game into Mihawk, I think. It showed the power of the Miss Double Finger in the matchup. Just going wide, staying healthy early. We get a lot of extra draws late on with these crocs. And yeah, you just stop their board from attacking. And if they can't tap, they lose a bunch of effects, which is pretty cool. Well played to our opponent. Let's move on. So, thank you for watching. What do you think? What do you think of the deck? What do you think of the games? Again, I've not quite had a chance to play into the OP13 meta just yet. So, not really sure how that will do. From what I'm hearing on the streets, Ace is the most difficult of the 3. If you are really struggling with Zorro, you could probably include Black Vortex. That'll always help you into Zorro. But the fact that the Zorro just can't deal with these crocs because they just come back over and over again, seems like that would help a lot into Zorro. Emu, again, I've heard these crocodiles are just very, very obnoxious because they can't remove them. And the ground death as well, when you need to go for lethal, being able to negate Walkyrie, or even play 2 of them and negate Walkyrie and Mars, is probably pretty solid. But, again, I've not tested into those matchups just yet, so I can't say for certain. Regardless, I really like this deck. I don't know if he's going to be my main, but if he is going to be yours, you let me know in the comments. If you have any suggestions for different cards to include, again, let me know. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.